If you've still got your triple captainship, you've got to use it this week. This is why. Welcome to the GW24 YouTube show. Hope you guys are good and you're looking forward to this double game week 24. So many of you out there, I'm very jealous, still have the triple captainship to play. If you've got it, guys, you're not going to have a better opportunity than this week. And in this show, we're going to look at the Liverpool fixtures. We're going to look at the possible Liverpool blanks and doubles for the rest of the season. That's really important. We're going to look at what the majority are doing. I've got some polls to show you on triple captaincy and on Mo Salah. And we're going to talk about if you'd used triple captain on any other 2-week period this season, what points you would have got from Mo Salah. He always hits, guys. He always hits over 2 games, give or take. So look, without further ado, let's get started. If you're enjoying the stream so far, show your appreciation if you want to by liking, but also for subscribing. So many of you watch my assistant manager chip and hit that subscribe button, and I really appreciate that. I want to bring you guys quality content. If you see it, you will subscribe to the channel. So look, this is just a quick screen grab of the Liverpool fixtures in the double. We have to see this double as part of a 4-game run. Sure, we're looking at Bournemouth and we're looking at Everton for Liverpool. But there are 2 games between where players can pick up injuries, players can lose form, whatever. But for Mo Salah, this is brilliant. He plays on Saturday the 1st of February against Bournemouth. Then he plays the EFL Cup semi-final against Spurs, where Liverpool have to win, by the way, an important game. But Sunday the 9th of February, he gets a game off. Most of the team get a game off, right? Plymouth will be the second string. And because of that, they'll go into the Merseyside derby at Goodison Park, the last one ever, with good rest, because they won't have all played in the FA Cup. Everton that weekend will have played in the FA Cup. A lot of them. So you can expect to see quite a lot of rest from Liverpool. Now, if we break down their opponents, Bournemouth and Everton isn't the perfect double game week. Of course it's not. It's 2 away fixtures and it's against 2 teams that are in form. I completely understand that. But it's a double game week for Liverpool and you're not going to get many of them. There will probably be one other opportunity, maybe later this season. And let me show you where that could sit. But there's reasons I don't like that as much. So look, this is a state of play. This shows all the doubles and the blank game weeks left this season. We know double game week 24. Game week 25, by the way, could be a double for Fulham and Spurs. It's unlikely, but it could happen. Game week 29 is interesting, and this is why it matters for our triple captaincy chat. Because in game week 29, we know 4 teams will blank because it will be the EFL Cup final. Liverpool are one of those teams in the mix, right? They host Spurs in the second leg of the EFL Cup final. And if Liverpool win that game, they need to overturn the 1-0 goal deficit that Spurs have over them. Then Liverpool will blank in 29. If Liverpool blank in 29, it means they double, very likely, in 33. We'll get to that in a second. 58% likely Liverpool are to blank because the bookies think that Liverpool will win that football match. They think they'll beat Spurs. So Spurs are 42% likely to blank and Fulham, and Liverpool Villa 58% likely to blank. So let's assume Liverpool blank, right? Alongside Newcastle and Palace, Newcastle should beat Arsenal or qualify over Arsenal in the other tie. If that's the case, we get a double in 33. A double in 33 is useful for Mo Salah, and we'll talk about who he could play in just a second. Then we could have a blank in game week 34 for Liverpool, because Liverpool could, or anyone could, get to the FA Cup semi-finals. And the teams that do will probably double in 36. Now, of course, you don't have to triple captain Salah, and there's other teams that will double in 33 and 36. But I think triple captaincy is the worst chip, alongside maybe bench boost in the game in terms of ceiling. And the reason being, when we use the assistant manager chip, you can expect to get an extra anywhere between 20 and 60 points. The ceiling is like 60, right? When you use your bench boost, the ceiling might be 30, 40, free hit might be 40, 50, the absolute best case scenario. But the floor is relatively high too. With triple captain, the floor is low. You could just get no returns and you get 4 extra points for 2 lots of appearances. And the ceiling isn't as high as you think because you'd already captained that player. So you're only getting an extra third on top because you're already captaining that player with triple captaincy. So when we look at these other doubles throughout the season in 33 and 36, these are big double game weeks where I know I want to use chips like assistant manager and bench boost and maybe even wild cards. You can't use your triple captain and those chips. Therefore, I don't think later in the season, when all the doubles are in play, I don't think we want to be using our triple captaincy. I think it's better to get it out the way early, which is why personally I used it in game week 6 on Erling Haaland. He got his record XG this season, 2.4 XG versus Southampton. He only got me 6 points. I'm no expert, of course. But I was happy to get rid of it because I knew we were getting fewer doubles this year because the FA Cup replays have gone, and therefore fewer double game weeks mean fewer opportunities to triple captain. I also knew, we all did, there was going to be an extra chip this year that likely I would want to use it in doubles. And of course, the assistant manager chip is one we want to use in doubles. So double game week 24 presents us with a great opportunity. Let me show you what's coming up in game week 33, possibly for Liverpool and Mo Salah, if you want to do a like-for-like comparison. But I'm not sure we do. Well, look, let's have a look, shall we? The possible options are in 29, in 24, we have this Liverpool double game week versus Everton and Bournemouth. They're both away games, sure, but there's good spacing as we've discussed. If they get the double in 33, it will be Leicester away. That's one of the games that's scheduled for 33. But if we take that blank from game week 29, it's Aston Villa away. So let's assume the 29 blank goes to 33. Mo Salah and Liverpool could double in 33. Leicester away, Villa away. It's not the best double game week. Sure, it's slightly better because it's Leicester. But those fixtures will likely be closer together. Those fixtures could come with other distractions around it. Champions League games, FA Cup semi-finals around the corner. A lot could be going on for Mo Salah. Liverpool could have had a dip in form by then. Lots suggest that if you go now, you're backing a fit Mo Salah that you know is available, a Salah that you know has had a rest because he's just had a rest against Plymouth, a Salah that you know is in good form, and a Liverpool team that is functioning really, really well. I can't promise you that will be the case in game week 33. Maybe it will be, but maybe it won't be. I certainly think in game week 33, there'll be other chips we want to use. What other chips you might use in 24? Possibly the assistant manager chip, which I think could be a really good play. I'm tempted to use it myself on Moyes. But other than that, if you've still got your triple captain, if I still had my triple captain, I'd absolutely be using it in game week 24. Let's see what you guys are going for though, because I've done some polls on Twitter, and let's look at some of his previous points to date this season. If you're enjoying the show though, guys, do hit that like button and do hit that subscribe button as well. Thank you guys for subscribing. It genuinely means a lot, especially this time of year when I'm having such a dreadful season. Very few people want to watch my team selection videos, but hopefully, because I'm doing so badly, but hopefully watching videos like this can give you guys a little edge on some of your mini league rivals, and then there's more reason to support the channel and subscribe. And I'll have loads of chip strategy videos coming out for the run-in around all those blanks and doubles. So, how are you guys getting on? Well, this is just my Twitter audience, and again, these polls aren't massive sample sizes, 1,100, 600. Who's using the triple captain this week? It looks like around 30% have already used it. I'm one of them. It looks like about half, nearly 50%, are using it this game week, and you can bet your bottom dollar very few are going away from Salah. So probably about 45% are using it on Mo Salah this game week. And then about 21% that still have triple captain are using it later in the season. What does this tell you? Salah's ownership is going to be ridiculous, and almost half the players in the game are going to be captaining Mo Salah this game week. If you got the chip, use it. Then I said, are you using a chip in game week 24? And around 52% are using triple captain. This marries up. Around 12% are looking to use the assistant manager, and around 36% aren't using a chip. So look, that's where we're at. So Salah, triple captaincy, good fixtures, not ideal, but good enough. Bournemouth, good, yeah. Everton, better, yeah, fine. But this is Liverpool, the best team in the country. And if we take a sample from Liverpool's, or Mo Salah's points to date, this is from game week 1 at the bottom, all the way up to game week 23 at the top, and just simply showing Salah's points. Now, there are a couple of blanks. He blanked in game week 4, he blanked in game week 7, he blanked he blanked in 21 and 22 recently. So he's had 4 blanks. He's had a 5 in there as well, but four blanks. Most of the time, in any 2-game week window, he produces the goods. There are a couple of windows where in game week 4 and 5, he had a 6 and a 2. But you take some of the others where he had a blank. I don't know, game week 7, he blanked at Crystal Palace, 3 points. But the game before that, a 10, a game after that, 12. Brilliant. He got 5 points in game week 16. You'd be disappointed. But then in game week 17, 21, or the week before that, in 14, 18. Any 2-week window is pretty useful. There were times, very few, game week 21 and 22, you'd only have got 5 points. That'd be disappointing. Game week 20 and 21, you only would have got 9 points. Not the end of the world. Game week 4, 5, 8 points. But other than that, other than those 3 windows, you take any two section, it's that side, any 2 section, does that even make sense? Any pair of fixtures, any pair of results, you take them and you go, Mo Salah produces the goods. I think you'd be hard done by if you didn't get a goal or an assist in those 2 fixtures for Mo Salah. And you've just got to buy a ticket to the lottery. And I think you're doing that by going game week 29 on Salah. I don't love it for later in the season. Let's go back to the state of play graphic. This is brilliant because it gives us a snapshot of doubles and blanks. Sure, you could definitely go double 33, double 36. In double 33, we'll probably get a double game week for Newcastle. You could go Isak. You could go Watkins. You could go, let's assume Haaland gets a double in 36 and Palace, Man City reach the FA Cup semi-finals. Fine. But I reckon in those weeks, you will have other chips you want to use because bench boost, free hit, wildcard and assistant manager all come with a higher ceiling, in my opinion, than triple captaincy. So use it now. If you've used lots of your other chips, maybe you don't use triple captaincy. But if you've still got your triple captain and a few other chips, for me, it's game week 24. You absolutely back Mo Salah, guys. So do let me know how you're getting on in the comments. And if you're going to do it this game week, good luck to all of you that do. I'll be hoping Mo Salah doesn't score too many points. I'll have him captain, but not triple captain. So I will lose ground on the field. For every point Salah scores, it will be negative on my team because his ownership will be so high. His effective ownership will be way over 200%. I won't go into what that means, but many of you will know. If you want to know more about what that means, drop a comment and ask me the question and I'll get back to you guys. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe on the way out. My team selection will be out in the next probably 36 hours, so stay tuned for that one. Bye-bye.